You are listening to the Old School Movement podcast with Daz, Chris and Steve. You understand?
What is going on, you guys? This is the Old School Movements podcast with Mr. Lucas, Chris, and Stacks. Hi guys, it's us again. So it's guys, those crazy guys.
You're trying to fool them, man. You're trying to fool everyone.
I love that. I love that YouTube beginning. YouTube.
Hey?
That's the YouTube intro. Yeah, that's the YouTube intro there.
YouTube intros. So, guys, hello. Old School Movements. We're here, taking you back in time, and we're gonna go through another episode of craziness and madness and nostalgia of the 80s. With it being comic relief this weekend, we thought we'll put a little twist on it and talk about our favorite comic relief characters from the 80s. Now, this could be from film, from TV, from cartoons. And you may be scratching your head wondering, what do you mean comic relief characters? We're not talking about Robin to Batman or Tonton to Lone Ranger. We're not talking about sidekicks. We're talking about comic relief, the characters that were in a program or film or a cartoon just to be a bit laughable, but some of them were just fucking irritating. So we're gonna run through. We're gonna run through 10 today. Just see if you guys agree with us. So yeah, comic relief characters, man. So there were so many. We could have, as always, we'd have so many episodes of this, but you had so many in and out. Like back when we were talking about Battlestar Galactica, you had the space dog monkey thing, comic relief. You had, when Arnold coming, Buck Rogers, Gary Coleman coming, Buck Rogers,
Tweety.
Tweety. Can't really. But we're going to run through 10 here now that we think you all know or maybe didn't know. So the first one from 10 to 1, the first one now, this one, I didn't like this one at all. This one was this was
annoying.
Annoying because the toys came out first and this guy didn't exist.
This one weren't there. Exactly. This one weren't there.
He weren't there. And then you're watching it, you're hearing a cartoon of it's coming out now, and you're like, yes, I want to see this. And you see this guy floating around in his pointy hat and his eyes, just eyes and a pointy hat.
Like a little wizard.
And 80s was about wizards, you know. A lot of wizards were in cartoons.
A lot of wizardry going on, yeah.
Wizardry going on. But this guy was an irritating wizard. And he was supposed to protect Prince Adam.
Wasn't he? He knew that Prince Adam was He-Man, I think, didn't he? Wasn't he the only one? Yeah. I don't know how he knew, but he knew that he was
one of his friends. Yeah,
but I don't know
only my three friends had a secret: Oswald, Man-at-Arms, and the Sorceress.
I forgot about that bit. Oh my god, he answers it at the beginning, didn't he? Oh
yeah. I don't know how he knew. Like he must have seen Prince Adam half changing.
That's what I'm gonna say. He walked in on him. Sorry, I'm just getting changed.
I just put it on these furry pads.
Adam, I opened the bathroom cabinet and there's fake tan in there.
Yeah. That's just for Cringer. Cringer was a bit of comic relief too, wasn't he?
But he was actually. When he was Cringer.
We're going to talk about Orko. Orko. You guys know Orko. Who liked Orko?
Yeah. Nah.
He was annoying, isn't he? Do you know he was originally meant to be called Gorpo?
Gorpo
was what he was originally going to be called, but because he had to have the letter on his top, didn't he? He had the O. So if he had the G, they couldn't flip the film around to use it twice, if you know what I mean. So it made more work for the artist. So they called him Orko instead.
Wow.
Yeah. Gorpo would have been an odd one, but apparently that is his real name.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter what his name is. This guy's still irritating. You know, he could have a G on his top. Like it just didn't work. And like, and to make things worse, I don't know what did he do. Did he just irritate He-Man?
Ask the same question. You know,
just floating around. Did he actually save the day? Did he?
I don't ever remember him saving a day.
I think in the original story, he originally saved Cringer and Adam from the tar swamps, and from saving them, the king of Eternia employed him as the royal buffoon and to entertain Adam for saving him. And I think didn't he's like he could do magic, but it weren't very good. But I do remember, didn't he have a magic wand in it as well? And the times where he used the wand, his magic was better, I think.
Didn't he have?
I don't remember. I
You don't recall a lot of his scenes though, do you? Apart from him floating around, you don't remember his scenes because he was. Yeah. You sort of switched off for that little bit. You had your "Why don't you" moment just for that split second when he was on the screen, didn't you?
He's blanked out.
He just weren't popular at all. Like I never saw, because in those days you had cuddly toys of everything, like of a comic relief character. I never saw an Orko.
Never saw
There was an action figure, obviously to promote with the cartoon series, but nobody probably bought.
Yeah, which they needed. But you said there was never the cuddly version, like how you get the baby Yodas and this and that.
Yeah.
You would think he would be a character that they would straight away make that version of him. But
yeah.
Saw it.
He never had his own lunchbox or stickers, or he was just hack, man. and he never showed his face. How are you meant to praise someone you haven't seen them?
I think again from seeing bits of storyboards and artwork, I think he looks very much like Gollum, but bright blue. I'm sure that's how he sort of meant to look. He's like a Gollum-y face looking and top half body. Obviously, he's got no legs, but he looks like that, and he's bright blue, like a Smurf.
Where did you see that?
If you Google pictures of him, like storyboard artwork, there is pictures of sort of him without his clothes on, and there is fan-made pictures again who show him as like a little blue Smurfy-looking dude.
Because he does have blue hands.
He does have the blue hands,
and blue ears.
Blue ears, yeah. Maybe he's like a Mandalorian. They just don't show their face. They just
yeah. Well, when that's their way of showing affection. I've read when they show faces to each other, that's like the equivalent of humans kissing. So they would only show their faces to someone they like, sort of thing. So maybe Adam's seen it. I don't know what him and Adam get up to when they make fan stuff.
That's how you know he's He-Man.
Yeah. Well, you'll see me, so wow. Okay. No. Orko, no.
And the cartoon didn't need his added comedy, really, did it? It had
because you had Cringer.
You had Cringer, and you had the Skeletor and Beastmans and the Skeletor scenes with his lot. They had that good little bit of comedy.
They always got guns. Skeletor gun his crew.
Yeah, exactly. That was the comedy for us. You didn't need that more kiddish comedy.
So true. It's so true, man. Don't know why they did it. It didn't work. No one liked Orko. No one remembers Orko. Even in the Master Universe film, they brought Gwildor. And Gwildor.
That's the version of Orko,
was just as irritating. Yeah.
I was going to say they left him out of the film, even though the film is hated by quite a few people. They left him out of it.
Quite a few people. Quite a few people.
You do get the odd people who do say it's all right, and you're like, hold on.
Yeah, exactly. A few people said it was all right.
Majority then. But I suppose the Gwildor is the replacement. Do you remember when we were chatting to the artist of He-Man? Was that Tom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tom episode we done. He was saying that was his favourite character to draw because he was the easiest.
That's right.
He must have been pushing. Put more Orko scenes in.
I'll blame Tom. We want to get on the blower to Tom. Damn you.
I've just seen what Gwildor looks like, and mate, seriously annoying.
Yeah,
he was the worst.
Yeah.
I'd have rather had Orko.
Exactly. That's how bad Gwildor was, and he's that bad. We're not even going to do a bit on him. That's it. That's just there.
Yeah, we've totally forgotten about that one.
Let's just move on to the next one. Now, the next one, when I saw him, but this is my favorite. He was in my favorite Bond film, and I didn't really pay much mind to him. And then he appeared again, and then you didn't see him again, but you didn't say, where's that guy? Because he wasn't really relevant. But he was a weird character.
That's another one that annoyed me.
He was annoying. He was comic relief, but he was a racist.
He was a racist, a stereotypical dumb racist, but I think portrayed in a way for the British audience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just proper stereotypical.
He wasn't, to me, he wasn't that funny. He was very insulting, and like you say, one of my favourite films, he almost ruins, and he sort of ruins the other one a bit as well. He's the worst character in the Live and Let Die. He does spoil it a bit for me.
So who are we talking about, Chris?
We're talking about Sheriff J.W. Pepper. If he speaks like that, I'm not sure. I think he does.
J.W. Pepper, proper tooting, tobacco smoking. Sheriff J.W. Pepper.
It's quite mad because the guy who plays him, Clifton James, he's portrayed, he's sort of stereotyped now as that southern actor. He just got typecast, I think, didn't he, for them sort of.
Probably played it so well. It was like
he did play it well. You must admit his acting was. It must have been that good because you don't like him, so you know it's.
Yeah, it was
as an actor, he acts quite well.
Racist Dukes of Hazzard loving, ignorant dudes. It's like, and he was just like, where did he appear from, man? But he was a comic relief for that. But like you were saying with Orko and with He-Man, didn't need Orko. It didn't need him because Roger Moore was the king of one-liners. You had your comic relief every time he killed someone or met a dame.
Yeah,
like, he you know,
that's the whole thing about Roger Moore. Yeah, because Roger Moore sort of brought Bond away from that more typical spy era of movie and brought in a bit more crude jokes, a bit more slapstick, and the goofy characters. With obviously Pepper being one of these goofy characters.
And the ironic thing about it, no other Bond had that. No other Bond had that guy. But this, you already had comic relief, so you didn't need it. You know?
You didn't need it, And I don't know how from being in that one scene in Live and Let Die, the boat chase scene, whatever it was, he ends up coming back in Man with the Golden Gun, and that's he's in the middle of Thailand or somewhere, isn't he? And he's looking for a car to chase someone, goes into a car dealer, and he's in there on holiday. And I remember watching it, thinking, what's he doing in this one, man? How did someone from the dirty deep south end up in Thailand or whatever it like? I don't know. It was another one. Why is he in it? You don't need him in it.
Why is he in it? It didn't work. And it must have been. I don't think the Man with the Golden Gun was after Live and Let Die.
Is it?
It must have been a couple. Live and Let Die was Roger Moore's first film.
Yeah, there was a couple in between, I think.
Yeah, and then he came back.
It was a couple of years later, a few years later. Yeah. Do you remember him also in Superman 2? Exactly the same sort of character. Played the same. Exactly the same character.
Was it when Zod and his crew came down?
Yeah. He's better in that because it goes with the film more. The Bond ones, it just seemed he was chucked in there for comic relief. But he's more in the sort of story in the scene. I like that scene in Superman 2 when Zod and his crew come down and mess up the town.
Put down my daddy.
The characters are wicked, man. I like them. And when I was thinking about this dude as well, he like you mentioned Dukes of Hazzard. He reminds me of that sort of style of Dukes of Hazzard.
I actually thought he was in it.
He was. He done one episode.
That's the episode Stack saw. That was a perfect episode for you to see. You always thought he was in it for the rest of the show.
In 1980, he appeared in one episode. He was. You remember who was the main copper? And he had the dog in it. Big Gold Train or something. When he had that droopy dog.
Yeah.
There was one episode he weren't in it, and they replaced him with that dude. Playing the sheriff. Yeah.
But is that the only kind of parts he played in the 80s?
That's the only ones.
Racist sheriff.
Yeah, and that stereotypical
squinting, big-bellied sheriff.
Tobacco chewing, spitting, rooting, tooting.
There you go. Damn.
Weren't keen on his comic relief roles because of the stereotypical
It didn't work. Didn't like
him. And the films that he was in didn't need him.
Didn't need him at all. Roger Moore handled the comedy well enough. Yeah. So our next one. Irritating. Irritating. This guy.
There's not much comic in his comic relief, is there?
Exactly. That's the whole point. It's like it's strange. Why these people exist in these cartoons and films and TV programs? It's just. And there was a pattern when I was little seeing these people and going, why?
Why did they do it? And most of them were added, like this guy. We know a time before these characters, and it's like, why exactly that? Why?
Yeah, everything was fine. You didn't need to change.
You didn't need to. You already had the comic relief.
Yeah, you had the comic relief.
You know, was the main guy.
Show. It was there.
Yeah,
this guy, this comic relief character, his only purpose in life was to make everything worse. And I mean, we're not talking about Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, that's like, here you go. He's right up at the top of my list. He's probably number one.
We're talking about annoying little character, which is Scrappy Doo from Scooby Doo.
He's up there as well. They're joint one.
Mate,
Scrappy Doo.
Like I said, we knew the time before Scrappy Doo when Scooby Doo was good.
Mate.
Yeah.
But need to include him.
There was no need.
There was no need.
As we were saying, we had the mystery crew, and they were the serious ones. You know, the dude, Daphne, and so on. They were the serious ones.
Fred and
Scrappy,
Velma.
that's it. Fred, Velma, and Shaggy and Scooby. They were the comic
relief.
relief.
The Stoners were the comic relief, man. It was the whole point. Not knowing that when you were little, but they were the comic relief, and they were enough comic relief on their own.
They would creep off. They would creep off. And go and bun and then eat and then solve the crime. Want to go and get a mud school and they would just do their thing. Like, why did you need this little? Yeah, why did this little puppy now running around screaming out puppy power? Allow it.
Spoiled the whole show, you know.
It killed it.
The whole show.
Mate, for me, it spoiled the whole show. I wouldn't watch the Scrappy Doo episode.
You just mentioned I was just about to say it was them catchphrases that was so annoying. It was that Scrappy Dappy Doo and let me add them puppy power. It was
mate, you're bringing back bad childhood memories. I hate Scrappy Doo so much.
Yeah. But do you know what the thing about it though is that we remember, as we were saying, we remember seeing Scooby Doo and the rest of the crew before Scrappy. I mean, before Scrappy, and it felt like a long time before we saw Scrappy Doo, like he was new and introduced. As we know, Scooby Doo's been going on since the early 70s and that. But did you know, actually, Scrappy Doo appeared in 1979.
79, yeah.
What?
79, yeah.
So we must have saw him like 80 something.
Yeah.
Late, you know what I mean?
80s.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe. I was thinking it's early 80s, but I'm thinking we definitely were a few years behind the States then.
Yeah,
if it was 79. Because we were still watching the normal Scooby Doo up until like 82, 81, 82 or something. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But do you remember when the intro changed? I remember that was the first thing we noticed because I can't remember how the original intro went, but it was it was always, you knew the Scooby Doo show was on, and then all of a sudden one day you turned it on and it was a train, like a ghost train, and a box fell off the side.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo's like looks at it like. Like, and then Uncle Scoop, and he was in the box.
Yes.
And I remember it. I remember thinking, what's happening here? Who's this dude? And it was meant to be his nephew, wasn't it?
Scooby, Scrappy Dappy Doo.
It's on chains.
Scrappy Dappy Doo. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I hated that. I had to watch it.
They saw like a window with a blanket on, a curtain waving, and it turns into a ghost, and he tries to let me at him as obviously Scrooge runs off, and then there was the scarecrow. There was a scarecrow from come up. But that intro from that day onwards, I thought, what's happened to Scooby Doo, man? It's not as good.
Damn, yes.
Not the same.
I knew if Scooby was on and that intro come on, it was like, I don't know if I want to watch this, man. It's a Scrappy Doo episode.
Exactly.
I don't know if I want to watch it.
Didn't like it. Was just annoying.
He was brought in because ratings dropped. They thought we need more comic relief, which I don't know why, because we were loving Scooby Doo as it was. But like you say, brought in 79 to boost the ratings. He was in it for a long time, man. They carried on going for till late 80s. I think 88. They ran so nearly 10 years with Scrappy Doo in it. A lot of Scrappy Doo episodes.
And sometimes that hillbilly uncle would come in as well, wasn't it? Like Greg. Great day.
Oh yeah.
He would come in and there's all three of them on an adventure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, old family affair.
Like the handkerchief tied around his neck or something, didn't he? Yeah. No, I didn't like them ones, man.
It was like Marmaduke or something.
Yeah, it's like one of them ones.
One of them Great Dane dogs.
Yes, Scrappy Doo. Is he still around, Scrappy Doo?
I don't think so. No, I think he's gone. I think he has gone, but they've just changed the look of it, redone it for the younger audience, and it's not working. It's not working. And it was like, it felt like watching a murder mystery cartoon version, and then some random dog from a little kids programs wandered into your show.
Yeah.
It was for the wrong word for that generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work.
didn't
And
work.
Completely
it's
spoiled.
definitely. So move on. We're going to continue with we should have called this irritating
Comic relief.
comic relief characters.
But we're going to get to some good ones. We are going to get to some good ones.
We will. Now this one is
This one
from
was a
movie.
good one, but again, in certain ways, he was.
He was good.
He was good, yeah.
But the
That's what I
film
don't want to
was
say
so
he was
bad.
Yeah.
The film was so bad that then I just threw everyone in the mix. I threw everyone in the grinder and just thought it's cack. The whole thing's cack.
It stinks.
Yeah, I just didn't. The film was so bad. I thought, why are you in it as well?
Why did you put you in it?
I want to watch your stand up and then watch a superhero movie. I don't want to see you standing up in a superhero movie.
Exactly.
And
don't mix the two.
Don't. It's not. But that's big business now. But back then, he earned a cool $4 million for appearing in that film, and that was like unprecedented in his time
big
for
bucks
a
in that
superhero
time.
movie.
Yeah. Was it 83?
Yeah, and that was Richard Pryor's character, Gus Gorman, in Superman 3. Superman 3.
Superman 3.
He's a computer genius nerd dude, and he was employed to take down Superman and find the red kryptonite and turn him evil and make him go to bars and drink rum and smash windows with peanuts and
Sleep with
all
women.
type of stupidness and fly around Europe and mash up buildings. So yeah, Gus Gorman put in the film comic relief. That Superman film was terrible.
Yeah,
and
it was bad.
remember,
Anyway.
it tried to start funny. Do you remember there was like mad traffic going on, and there was mechanical penguins on fire, and all chaos happened on the streets of Metropolis when Clark Kent's walking around, and it's just all crazy. Do you remember that? It tried to be funny, and then something serious happened. Then he had to be Superman, and it was just the whole film was just wrong. Lex Luthor went in it no more. Lois Lane was in it for 10 seconds, and it was just like a crazy film.
It was really bad. I got a feeling something went wrong. I'm sure we've spoken about this before, but I can't remember. But it had a load of rewrites, didn't it? Didn't it have director walkouts and actors were saying we ain't going to do this, and they had to change producer or change director. It had loads of grief because I remember hearing or reading ages ago that Gus was originally wrote in it to be Brainiac, one of the DC villains.
Right.
It was going to be the disguise, Gus was going to be the persona. And then you build it up to introducing Brainiac into it. But again, I don't think he would have been the right actor to play that. And like you say, I loved Pryor, man. I loved him as a stand-up. Liked him in Stir Crazy and all them films you've seen. Yeah. And then to see him in this, it's like, okay, I'm going to give it a chance because it's you. But oh man, it's bad. It's bad, bad.
But as we were saying before, like you got a cool $4 million, and that's the type. You get $4 million. It's Superman. The last one was a success, so you're thinking this is a no-brainer.
You got it. But Superman, they're not comedy films. They didn't need that. Being Clark Kent is the comic relief, or Jimmy Olsen is the comic relief. They had the characters, and
General Zod was comic relief to me.
Exactly, him and Nom together.
I was in stitches every General Zod come on the screen.
You can't watch Pryor without him swearing. It don't feel right. Like.
Yeah,
he's like an Eddie Murphy character. If he's in a PG or a 12, he's like, okay, this is not going to be right.
It's like he's watered down.
Yeah, it's a watered down version. Yeah, which is another reason it wasn't a good choice. Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's not that it wasn't a good choice. It's just that
it's a shit film.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what comedian would have been in that place. It wouldn't have worked. It shouldn't have been no comedian. Superman should have just been getting drunk and smoking weed, doing crack.
One of my favourite bits in that film, though, a little bit, is where Gus is in the villain's place and Superman flies in. Gus is like, "Hey, man," and the lady's like, "No, that's his last name. He likes to be called Superman." Let me see it. I love that scene, man. Gus is trying to like I'm friends with Superman. Like, hey, man, no, that's his last name. They give him a couple of good one-liners and little bits, but it was a bad one, man.
But as I said, it became big business after that, comedians being in.
Yeah.
in action films and so on.
They've all really had a go now, haven't they? They all have a try these days. Who can turn down 4 million?
Yeah, exactly. In 1982. Yeah, wasn't a fan of him. And as you guys probably hearing now, I don't like anyone on this list, do I? But
I'm in the same boat at the moment.
You're in the same boat.
Not liking any of these guys at the moment.
Yeah.
The
next one. Yeah. The next one I don't even like. Now, cartoon is amazing. Blew up on the scene. But again, needed comic relief. He was colourful. He looks like got a dragon's belly, cat's face and blonde hair.
Yeah, he did look cute. He would look cute as a cuddly top.
Debatable.
He was annoying. He was on the Orko level of annoyingness, but them two always competing against each other, those cartoons. Snarf, man. Snarf from the Thundercats. Now this cat was just why we like the 80s cartoons was full of cats. You know, the cat in Hong Kong Phooey, the cat in Top Cat, the cat in
all the cats,
Inspector Gadget. Every cat in Top Cat.
All the cats. That was the cats. All there, man. All the cats are there.
Cats, Garfield. Heathcliff. We'll do a top 10 cats soon, yeah?
Yeah, we should actually.
Yeah. There's
Tom's
a good cat
at the top.
But Snarf was that cat that he must have been vexed because everyone in the time capsule, they grew, they had a good sleep, but he was just same old Snarf. And he thought Lionel was a 12-year-old boy. He comes out big man and he's still trying to mother him and all this. And Lionel's like, nah, man, I want to do my thing now. And that's why he was annoying. He's always
trying to mother him, man.
But he was like, I'm big man now.
Yeah.
Why?
Leave me alone.
And it was just, and that's why he was annoying. But he didn't need him. He had a sword. He had he had his crew, and
He knew
this
what was
Snarf's
going
just,
down. Yeah, man.
you know, like
he was no added value, was he? He didn't like have a power that he could help with. He didn't control a ship, or he didn't help back up base like some of the other ones did. He was there to mother him, just to mother this
and he didn't
13-year-old
do that
6 foot bloke.
Yeah.
30-year-old 6-foot lion.
You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah, not a bloke.
It just, I'm a bloke. And what was Snarf? What was he? What?
He was a cat.
He wasn't. Do you know any cat that looks like that?
I've never seen a cat that does. I don't know, maybe he was like a Siamese or something. You know, you got the lion, you got the panther, you got the tiger. They're all there. What was he? He was a domestic cat.
He was
normal domestic cat.
Yeah, but just a funky rhubarb and custard coloured looking one, man. It's just, but just so irritating. Snarf. You know,
I heard his name was short for sneeze bath, is where they got the word snarf from, but I don't know if that's true. The word sneeze and bath sounds too like bath as in puke. They sound too modern for that to be right, I think. But that's what I heard how they got to the name Snarf. Sneeze and bath.
Right. No, it doesn't matter what his name is. I just like Thundercats is a great cartoon. Should have just kept.
Didn't need him.
Didn't need him. He had so many different characters in Thundercat. Who was your favourite Thundercat then?
Panther or Lion-O. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say between them two.
I'd probably say Lion-O, but then I did like Mum-Ra.
The Ever Living.
Yeah.
When Thundercats came back, was Snarf still in them? Like, you know, when they brought it back in.
Yeah, he's been in every one. Not as though I've seen them, but I've seen drawings from those like stills with him in it. So yeah, I think he's been in every one. The raw one, the weird drawn one, the nicely drawn one, like the 2011 one. I think he's been in them all. But yeah, he's not needed, man. He don't need the comic relief in it. Nah. Just having like sort of Wile E. Kit and Cat and
yeah, they made a comic relief.
Yeah, and Lion-O acting like a kid. That was the comic relief in itself, really.
Exactly.
And the henchmen. Some of the henchmen had jokes, like how Skeletor and his lot did.
Yeah.
You know, some of Mum-Ra's lot, they had some good jokes together.
Yeah. They did.
Just Snarf was not needed. Didn't need Snarf, man.
But so we move on.
Yeah, next one. What's the next? At the moment, this should be called like all of the comic reliefs that weren't needed, really, isn't it? Because this next one's another one for me. I know you guys might like him a bit, but I don't know. This next one, I don't think he was needed.
It's just because like this character, this actor, like, you know, when people think of him, they think of him as the character in Goodfellas.
Yeah,
I think of him as a gangster.
Serious role. Yeah, I do. When I think of him, I think of him
that
as
type of guy.
roles.
But not necessarily, because he's a burglar in Home Alone.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's great in comic roles as well.
Yeah, he's in Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. He's a villain in Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Yeah.
But in this particular time, this is probably the first time I saw him. Probably.
Yeah,
in this film.
I think
this
it
has come
probably
out
was.
in the 80s, and it's a sequel to Lethal Weapon 2, and he played Leo Getz. Now, Lethal Weapon 1 was deemed as ultra violent at the time, and so on and so forth. So they probably said, look, we need a guy to like bring that comedy, that light entertainment in it. And they brought this character Leo Getz. Now, what was his role in Lethal Weapon? What was he doing?
When he's a real estate agent in 2, so he's the same character, but his jobs change in each one, is what I meant.
Oh, I didn't even clock that, you know.
Yeah, 3 he was a real estate agent, and 4 he become a private investigator, and he was working with them as a PI in 4. So one he was a banker under witness protection. Yeah. Then he changed his career to become a real estate agent in Lethal Weapon 3. And then he became so I just didn't get why they kept writing him in, like why they kept scripting him in with these roles. And if you remember in the poster of Lethal Weapon 2, you can just see him peeking over there. He's actually drawn. He got put in so last minute. He's hand drawn into a photo of Murtaugh and Riggs standing.
I remember that.
But it's really good drawing, man. Like I think later on they did actually put him in, but the first posters he was added so late they had to hand draw him into the adverts.
Yeah, Stack, did you like him? Leo Getz? Okay.
I mean, I vaguely remember him in the film, but I'm not a big fan of Lethal Weapon anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot we're talking to Stacks here. I forgot we're talking to the guy who hates everything 80s. Leo Getz. Now, our next comic relief character is from a famous TV show that we all love, and you could say it was a comic relief, but he still held his own. He was still part of the crew.
He was a critical part of the crew, but he was the comic relief.
Him and B.A. Baracus had sly beef.
Their banter
that
together
was the banter.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about Murdoch of the 80s.
See, that's comic relief I like.
Yeah. He fitted in perfect with the team as the comic relief. Yeah. Howling Mad Murdoch.
Now we're getting to the comic relief characters that
we're starting to like now. We're starting to like this. They work.
We've weathered the storm of Cactus, and now there's some good comic relief coming out. You understand the comic relief, man. And Murdoch, Howling Mad Murdoch. Now, part of the 18. As you said, he's essential because he did he fly the planes and stuff. He
was their chopper pilot, wasn't he? He could fly anything, whether it be a plane, a chopper, or whatever, and that was what he was known for.
Something they made in a barn.
Something they make in a barn. He could fly it. If it could fly, he could fly it, basically.
Yeah, Murdoch, man. And I said, like, he was a joker of the pack, but he was, he still picked up his N16 and
he was the second in charge. He was the second highest.
Second in charge.
Second highest rank. So when Hannibal went about, he should have been in charge, but I know BA wouldn't have listened to him and stuff. But
listen to that crazy fool. Damn, yeah, for real. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the second highest because he was a captain when they all served together. He was the second highest under thingy. So they kept their sort of rank when they formed the A team. So if Hannibal weren't about, technically Murdoch should have taken charge, but they didn't really trust him, some of them. But I think is to the viewer, don't you think his insanity was cover sort of, because instead of getting banged up, he got put in a mental hospital, didn't he? He got pulled, didn't he, out of everyone, and they had to rescue him out of the mental institution, didn't they?
Yeah.
Every week there'd be a new plan to get him.
Yeah.
The plan to break him out at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think that was
true.
I think that in the actual rest of the 18, I think really did think he was mad, but I think the way he portrayed it to the viewer is, I'm just doing this because it's an easier life being in here, and it sort of thing. Until I remember there was an episode where they did release him, and he was free at last, sort of thing, from the mental hospital. Maybe in season 3 or 4 or something it was.
Okay.
I remember there was an episode where he didn't have to go anymore. He didn't have to go back there.
He was a good character.
Yeah. So instead of when he did, and this is what it was, when they left the mental hospital, instead of having that little story at the start of each one of how they broke him out, they put Murdoch into different situations, and each week you'd see him. He'd have a different job. One week he was a dog walker, and then they would come and pick him up, and he'd leave the dogs and go with him. Or he was a chef, and he'd be cooking, and then they'd turn up, and he'd leave what he's doing and just go with him.
Yeah.
He was good. Murdoch was wicked. He was one of my favourites, man. I did like that.
It's true. Good comic relief character, man. Wasn't irritating.
No.
You know, it just did his thing. Yeah. So Murdoch, man.
Oh, Dwight Schultz.
Yeah. So now, as I said, we're in the zone now where we're liking these comic relief characters. Are you listeners? You guys getting the gist of where we're going with these people now? Like, you know, who are you thinking of? Is there anybody we haven't mentioned? You know, but there's a few more to come. So, yeah, our next one was like, you know, is in the realm, because like Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, Hanna-Barbera, I think they were probably the kings of cartoon comic relief characters. Because this next one wasn't irritating because the character didn't say much, but it worked. Even being in the theme song of the big, broad theme song.
I didn't mean it
worked. Yeah, it didn't irritate me. It soothed me until it came big again. It sounds strange, but but no joke. We're talking about Godzuki, and Godzuki didn't do anything. But the character just, for me, I don't know what you guys think. The character just worked.
It just worked.
It didn't slow down the pace of the program. It just, for me as a kid, it's just like there's 2 dinosaurs. I'm guaranteed 2 monsters every week, even though there's a little one with wings.
A baby.
I'm guaranteed minimum 2 monsters.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Godzuki, you know.
Why?
Because again, like you say, like Scrappy-Doo, he was introduced, and I feel he wasn't necessary.
No, he wasn't. He was there, bang, when you watched it. He didn't come in the show. Watching Godzilla cartoon without Godzuki.
He's never been about, because
he's always been there.
When Hanna-Barbera come up with Godzilla's been a thing in Japan for years, back for many years. So Hanna-Barbera or Joseph Barbera wanted to get it big in America, but they made the concept and they showed it to the producers, whoever was going to air it, and they said you can't have a fire-breathing monster that's treading on people and crushing buildings and crushing cars. You need to take all of that out. So they went back and took it all out, and they had nothing to work with. It's like, well, this ain't Godzilla. So that's how from the start, that's how they came up with Godzuki. But we need another character, and plus Godzilla don't talk. He don't really. Yeah. He just comes and mashes stuff up, doesn't he? When you need him, he just comes and mashes shit up.
Yeah,
so
he comes to fight pyramid-looking beasts and
or the other monsters,
massive jellyfish,
sea monsters. Yeah. And
big
while
butterflies.
While they're fighting, they mashing shit up.
Proper destruction.
I've seen Godzilla cartoon. I remember watching Godzilla cartoon. And then
he probably went in an episode, but he's a featured character.
I think he's been in every. I think
he was in every episode.
I was thinking he was the main dude.
Godzuki.
I'm sure Godzuki's like the main dude.
Yeah, he's always been in it. He's always been in it. I don't even know if it's a boy or girl, Godzuki.
Don't know what that. No, I think he's a little boy. But do you remember that there was a ship called the Calico? It starts off and it tells you the ship called the Calico found Godzuki. They find him and they just, rather than tell anyone, they just went, let's keep him. And since the day they kept him, they start coming across the weirdest sea monsters and God knows what. but I don't get how. I remember that the captain on the boat, Captain Majors, he had a button that could call Godzilla.
Godzilla, yeah.
Yeah. How did only he get this button that calls Godzilla on his fucking boat? Where did that come from? Godzilla must have already been about for him to have this button in his boat.
Yeah, Godzuki must have given him the button.
Must have been it.
Hey, Godzuki, Godzilla's child.
Nephew or something. I don't know.
I thought that was his child.
He can call him, innit? Godzuki can call him, but that's all he can do. He can't blow fire. Yeah. Remember, he used to blow little smoke rings.
Smoke rings, yeah.
He's got them little wings, like you say, under his armpits, like Spider-Man.
I used to like Godzuki, man.
I used to like Godzuki, yeah.
He
was really clumsy though. When he was like the clumsy character.
That time, he had like that film Pete's Dragon as well, and that whole
he looked like
dragon,
Godzuki.
yeah, that whole clowny dragon thing.
Yeah, sort of
was
short, fat, stumpy,
man.
Tiny dragon.
Godzuki. Now, our next character is funny enough, he had the kind of Godzuki face. Next character,
like, along in the face.
Yeah, same kind of face, but just coloured it white and put like a horn on top. And again,
he didn't have wings, did he?
Didn't have wings, no.
They were like figures.
Again, this character wasn't irritating, but he's just there, didn't he?
He's just there, yeah.
And everybody tries to do an impression of him or her, or I don't know.
When we had week of like before our voices broke, yeah, we used to be able to do some impressions of this dude.
That's Uni, man. I love the name. Just simple. Just Uni. Uni with Dungeons and Dragons. Again, you had Eric with the shield and the magician who were kind of comic relief fish. Yeah. Used to get tricks pulled on them and stuff. But Uni was there to protect Bobby. And
that was the little barbarian dude, wasn't he?
Yeah. Bobby's little mate, because when they found their weapons, they just found Uni as well.
Yeah, he was there.
And he just joined them on the journey. But if they went back home, do you think they would have taken Uni back with them?
They couldn't, man. They tried a couple of times, didn't it? And he couldn't leave the realm. Uni had died. Uni had died if he left the realm. I remember there was one, and I'm sure they went back. They could have gone home, but they didn't want to leave him.
But then I'm sure they were always trying to save Uni at some point or another. Like everyone was getting away, and Uni was like there.
It'd always be the one they go back for or something. Something happened to him, or was somebody after him? Was Avenger after him or something for something? Or
Avenger was after all of them.
It was after all of them, isn't it? The whole crew, all of you.
I wasn't sure if it was just like for his horn or something in particular from Uni, or
Avenger had his own horn.
It was just all of them. I suppose he had his own one. He didn't need his one.
Uni was good.
No, she used to repeat words, innit? She couldn't speak, but didn't she sort of either read what Bobby was thinking and then sort of say words to sort of talk to him? But I remember she couldn't speak properly.
Yeah.
You couldn't understand her properly.
You'd only get like one
word. Yeah.
I like person, But it didn't irritate me, and it I don't know. I think it's because if it had spoke, it probably would have been interesting. And that's the difference between that and Scrappy Doo and Orko. They talk. They would talk, and
whereas this felt a bit more natural, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I always felt like it was the girl relief. It was there because of My Little Pony.
Girl relief.
Yeah, I used to think it was the girl relief. It looked like a My Little Pony. It had that same sort of body shape. So I used to think, they've stuck that in there for something for the girls to like, isn't it?
Yeah. But hey, it's our number 2, so we liked it too.
Yeah, we liked it, man. It fitted good. I'd like if they make a movie of it now, which they've got one day. It'd be good to see like a wicked CGI version of Uni in it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so shall we go to number 1?
Who's our number 1? Who we got at number 1?
Our number 1. So guys, these two characters, are the like quintessential non-irritating characters. I've not heard anybody say they're irritated by this, but Stacks might surprise me.
I
don't know anybody who's been irritated by these characters. They're so iconic, so familiar. They're part of sci-fi royalty, and they're like a double act. They're like Laurel and Hardy and Camden Ball. They're just, everybody knows these two, and they work alone. They work together. And this is R2D2 and C3PO. Dax, do you like R2D2 and C3PO?
Nah, mate, they're annoying. I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. I like R2D2. C3PO's all right.
Yeah, it's the same. I think most people would be like, R2's wicked. 3PO's he's bearable. You know, there's bits, but he's needed. He's a critical character, man.
He ain't no fucking Jar Jar Binks, is he?
He ain't no Jar Jar Binks.
He ain't on that level.
But the thing,
he's so bearable.
The thing about C3PO though, for me, he should be irritating because when I was little, I didn't like. You know, you got like cartoons. There's puppetry ones like Wind in the Willows and and Pat and
Wind in the Willows is big.
You know, no wait, all those types of shows, right?
Yeah.
Some of those shows, their lips didn't move. Do you remember that? Everything else animated. They even blinked sometimes.
Yeah.
But their lips didn't move, and that really irritated me when I was little.
You
know what I'm saying? The animation was there. They would be moving their fingers and but why not move your lips? And so I didn't get that irritation with C3PO. Like, there's no facial expressions or anything. His eyebrows don't move. He doesn't close his eyes.
He hasn't got eyebrows.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's like, but he's got a face that you can know. He's a normal height. He's got arms and legs, like, you know. But there's no expression, and it should have been irritating. He's slow. He talks too much, but he still didn't irritate me. And I think that's because of being with R2D2.
Yeah,
because R2D2 has no
R2D2's
facial features.
He's the hero of the whole trilogy. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's bits where he's on his own and he's still not irritated.
Yeah. Because you're not going to see him by himself for too long.
Yeah, a little bit. But no, like you say, I feel like the whole first original trilogy, it's like their story, or R2 story, and the comic relief is 3PO. They're like the main characters. They've been through all 9 films and Rogue One. You know, to me they're like the main stars of the Star Wars.
They're the storytellers of
they're the
Star Wars.
Storytellers. Yeah. But like you say, what R2D2 lacks in detail and realism, because he doesn't have a face and he can only talk to you through beeps and whistles and stuff. It's the way C3PO interprets that and gives it to the audience that makes him so critical, and that makes you build up such a relationship with 3PO because you need him to understand what the one you really like saying. They've done it so well with him. They've done it so well with them too, man. They have done it really so well.
You're right. No,
it's like one of the opening scenes. If you remember, one of the opening scenes, it's R2's there, Leia's there, and first thing you hear is 3PO, and he's like, "Secret mission? What plans? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
I'm not going in.
That's the first time. That's the first people you see in Star Wars. Yeah, that's the first introduction.
It's wicked it's wicked the way that they've done him to speak for him, sort of.
Yes.
To get it across to the audience. Wicked.
And they just, you know, if it weren't for them, you know, the whole film wouldn't have unraveled because they had the plans.
Yeah.
But, so it was all about, and then they had the cartoon, the Droids cartoon.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that, the Droids cartoon?
Watched a couple. Tried to get into it a bit, but no, I was getting out of that then, man. It weren't, I don't know. And again, it weren't drawn how I would like it to be drawn. It was a bit too comical looking.
I thought the drawings were nice though.
They were good, but it was too sort of, you know, like bendy, like, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I like it a bit more deep.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean? It's like when I used to watch it, I was thinking, how come 3PO's bendy? And
he's bendy, like he can bend.
He's meant to be a stiff robot.
Yeah,
he can't run fast.
There was little bits of the drawing that put me off of wanting to watch it.
Yeah. But I'll say the iconic character still to this day. I wouldn't mind a life-size R2D2. Like still to this day, like
life-size one of each. Just, you know, with his hand on top, like he's got that pose, like
that pose, that pose you see at the end of A New Hope. Pose, you know, I say that they were like the cannonball of Star Wars, man.
Yeah. Their chemistry together, you know, they just worked wicked, man. They worked so good.
Yeah.
And they're robots, you know. I know Anthony Daniels is inside, and Kenny Baker. I suppose there is actors inside, but 2 non-human characters to work that well, and for you to have so much connection with an audience, like they're wicked, man. They are wicked. Yeah. All 10 episodes, including Rogue One, and that means that Anthony Daniels has been in every Star Wars that's been made. And he worked behind the scenes in Solo as well. So he's done all 11 films that have been out so far. Yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we wrapped up our first 10 comic relief characters on part 1 of this podcast.
Got for a good bunch,
guys, man. Don't worry, Stacks. We will talk about Jar Jar soon, but not on this show.
We're still waiting for top 10 80s football clubs. I think he's waiting for top 10.
He's waiting.
He's only one.
I think he's waiting clubs. I think Stacks is waiting for top 10 Liverpool shirts of the 80s. I think he's waiting for that.
We could do that.
Happening.
We could do that.
No,
and
we
I could
can't.
do a share screen, and I could just show all the shirts.
It's okay. We don't want to bore the audience, man. We're talking about the good times.
Those were the good times.
Glory days.
Good old days. Hey, bring them back.
But guys, thanks for listening as always. Thank you very much. Peace.
Till next time.